Welcome back to our in-depth exploration of Star Wars. Episode II, Attack of the Clones, a pivotal chapter in the Star Wars saga that delves deeper into the intricate dynamics of the galaxy far, far away. This film, released in 2002, sets the stage for the epic conflicts that will ultimately shape the fate of the Galactic Republic and the Jedi Order. First of all, a small explanation about the new main antagonist of the film. Count Dooku was born into a wealthy and noble family on the planet Sereno. His aristocratic heritage granted him the title of Count. Displaying a strong connection to the Force from a young age, he was taken to the Jedi Temple on Coruscant for training, as was customary for Force-sensitive children. Dooku proved to be an exceptional Jedi, known for his wisdom, skill, and nobility. He became one of the most respected Jedi Masters in the Order. Dooku trained several Padawans during his time as a Jedi, including Qui-Gon Jinn, who later trained Obi-Wan Kenobi. Dooku's teachings emphasized independence of thought and a critical view of the Jedi Council's decisions, traits he passed on to his students. Despite his accomplishments, Dooku grew increasingly disillusioned with the Jedi Order and the Galactic Republic. He saw the Jedi as servants of a corrupt and ineffective government, unable to address the Republic's growing problems. His discontent was further fueled by the death of his former apprentice, Qui-Gon Jinn, at the hands of Darth Maul. Dooku believed the Jedi had become too complacent and dogmatic, losing sight of their true purpose. Dooku eventually left the Jedi Order, becoming one of the Lost 20, a group of Jedi Masters who voluntarily resigned. After leaving the Order, he returned to Sereno, reclaiming his title as Count and his family's vast wealth. His departure from the Jedi was not merely an act of disillusionment, but a step towards a larger and more sinister plan. He was approached by Darth Sidious, who saw potential in Dooku as a powerful ally. Seduced by the promise of power and a new vision for the galaxy, Dooku embraced the dark side of the Force, becoming Darth Tyrannus, Sidious's Sith apprentice. The story begins with Padme Amidala, the senator of Naboo, returning to Coruscant, the central world of the Galactic Republic. She arrives to participate in a crucial vote in the Galactic Senate regarding the formation of a Republic army. Padme is staunchly against the creation of an army, fearing it would escalate the tensions and lead to war. Upon her arrival, her starship is bombed, resulting in the death of her decoy Corday, while Padme herself survives unscathed. This assassination attempt prompts Supreme Chancellor Palpatine to assign two Jedi, Obi-Wan Kenobi and his Padawan, Anakin Skywalker, to protect the senator. Despite their efforts, another attempt on Padme's life occurs that night. A flying droid releases two poisonous centipede-like creatures into her room. Obi-Wan and Anakin thwart the attack and pursue the droid to its owner, a bounty hunter named Zam Wesell. Before they can extract information from her, she is killed by a mysterious figure using a toxic dart. The Jedi decide to send Padme back to Naboo for her safety, accompanied by Anakin, while Obi-Wan is tasked with tracking down the bounty hunter. Anakin and Padme, disguised as refugees, travel to Naboo. During their time together, they begin to develop a deep emotional bond, despite the Jedi Code's prohibition of attachments. Anakin, struggling with his feelings, is also troubled by premonitions about his mother, whom he left behind on Tatooine 10 years earlier. Obi-Wan's investigation leads him to the water planet Kamino, where he discovers a massive clone army being created for the Republic, ordered by the deceased Jedi Master Sifo Dyas. On Kamino, Obi-Wan meets Jango Fett, the genetic template for the clones. Jango reveals that he was recruited by a man named Tyrannus on one of the moons of Bogdan. Suspecting Jango's involvement in the attempts on Padme's life, Obi-Wan tries to capture him. A fierce battle ensues, and Jango escapes with his son, Boba Fett. But Obi-Wan manages to attach a tracking device to their ship. Meanwhile, Anakin and Padme travel to Tatooine after Anakin senses his mother's distress. They learn from Watto that Shmi Skywalker was freed and married a moisture farmer named Cliegg Lars. However, Shmi was abducted by Tusken raiders. Anakin tracks them down and finds his mother mortally wounded. She dies in his arms, and in a fit of rage and grief, Anakin massacres the entire Tusken camp, including women and children, in violation of the Jedi Code. Obi-Wan follows Jango Fett to the desert planet Geonosis, where he uncovers a conspiracy involving the former Jedi Master Count Dooku. Dooku is leading a separatist movement against the Republic, aligning with the Trade Federation and other powerful factions. Obi-Wan overhears a meeting where Dooku reveals plans to unleash a massive droid army. Before he can transmit his findings to Coruscant, Obi-Wan is captured. During his interrogation, Dooku tries to persuade Obi-Wan to join him, claiming that the Republic is under the control of a Sith Lord. Obi-Wan refuses to believe him. After receiving Obi-Wan's distress signal, Anakin and Padme, along with the droids R2-D2 and C-3PO, head to Geonosis to rescue him. They too are captured and sentenced to death in a gladiatorial arena. As they face their impending execution, they manage to free themselves and put up a valiant fight. The arrival of a large contingent of Jedi, led by Mace Windu, turns the tide, but they are soon surrounded by the separatist droid army. A massive battle erupts as Jedi and droids clash in the arena. Despite their valiant efforts, many Jedi fall. Jango Fett kills a Jedi Master, but is subsequently decapitated by Mace Windu. The arrival of Yoda with the newly deployed clone army saves the remaining Jedi, and a full-scale battle ensues across Geonosis. The clones, proving their effectiveness in combat, help secure a temporary victory for the Republic. In the chaos of the battle, Anakin and Obi-Wan confront Count Dooku in a hangar. Anakin, eager to prove himself, attacks Dooku alone, but is swiftly overpowered and knocked unconscious. Obi-Wan engages Dooku in a lightsaber duel, but is also defeated. Anakin regains consciousness and joins the fight, only to lose his right arm to Dooku's blade. Master Yoda arrives and engages Dooku in a fierce duel. Despite Yoda's prowess, Dooku escapes, taking the plans for a superweapon, the Death Star, with him to Coruscant. Dooku returns to Coruscant and meets with his master, Darth Sidious, who commends him on the outbreak of the Clone Wars. The war, engineered by the Sith, is designed to destabilize the Republic and increase Palpatine's power through emergency powers granted by the Senate. Back on Naboo, Anakin and Padme secretly marry, despite the Jedi Code forbidding such attachments. Their union, born out of love but shrouded in secrecy, sets the stage for future turmoil. The film concludes with the Jedi Council, including Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Mace Windu, reflecting on the recent events. They recognize the beginning of a massive conflict that will engulf the galaxy. Thousands of clone troopers board massive starships, preparing for the impending war that will alter the fate of the galaxy. Star Wars Episode II. Attack of the Clones deepens the saga's mythology, exploring themes of love, loss, and betrayal. It sets the stage for the galaxy-wide conflict known as the Clone Wars and foreshadows the rise of the Sith's power. The film intricately weaves together personal and political struggles, highlighting the complexities of the characters' relationships and the far-reaching consequences of their actions. As the Republic teeters on the brink of war, the seeds of future battles and destinies are sown, promising a tumultuous journey ahead for the heroes and villains of the Star Wars universe. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more Star Wars content, let us know in the comments, like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Until then, see you at the next episode.